Hi, thank you for joining me. This is Nora. I hope you're doing well. It is time that I share a video specifically talking about what I'm using. However, before I go into that, I want to just give a quick life update. In case you don't know, I do work full time in higher ed and I have three children. So this semester was very, very busy for me teaching, and of course, that had to take priority. And then also my children were sick. I don't even know where to begin, but I know from mid-January all the way to mid-March, my daughter had an ear infection that also caused pink eye, and it was on and off. We went through 3 cycles of antibiotics, and we also did the shots. It's 3 days that you get your the shots, 2 shots, one in each leg in her case. And finally, we kind of had a conversation with the ENT, and tubes was what they recommended. And so we moved forward with that. She had a surgery. And currently, right now, she actually has another ear infection. And luckily, we just use the drops, and that'll take care of it without having to take oral antibiotics. So we'll see. As you can see, we were going through many appointments. It was just quite an ordeal. Then my son had an injury. He was playing football, injured his hand, had a fractured finger. That resulted in more appointments with an orthopedic, and then having a procedure, having his surgery. And then afterwards, now he's wearing a cast, and I have to take kind of like extra care of him, right? He is 13, but mom has to help him do things that he was able to do before. And so that takes up some of my time as well. And on and off during this whole semester, I've been sick as well as my other child too. So that's kind of what's been going on as far as why I've been kind of absent. It is very difficult juggling my life as a mother and a professional, and then doing the YouTube on the side, which I've really enjoyed. However, I have been active on Instagram. I do post on there Monday through Friday. I find it easier just to post a picture, do a reel. So if you've been following me there, you know what I've been using. But if you are only using YouTube, then this is kind of the finally a follow-up, right? Okay, so I have all three here, mostly just as a reference, just to kind of go down memory lane, in the sense that I have been known to use either all three of these, okay, all the three Monogram Louis Vuitton planners, or two of them. Okay, so this is just right on top the PM, which is pocket size rings. This one is the MM, which is the personal size rings. And finally, the GM, which is an A5 ring agenda. So I'm currently using an A5 and personal rings. And believe it or not, these two are empty because I'm not using these two covers. I love the monogram. I wanted a break though, and I think that this was just the perfect time to do it because I found two other covers that I have really, really been enjoying. However, when the year started, I did attempt to use the PM, and I kind of feel like I always hit a roadblock because the rings are so tiny, and so I'm not using it at the moment. I did attempt, like I said, and when I did try it, I decided to go with thinner paper from Mulberry, in fact. And so these were the ones I was using while I was using the PM. And I really did enjoy this layout, but I wanted more. Let me find an empty one. Okay. I wanted one, meaning I could put more inserts in there. I'm sorry. I wanted to be able to put more inserts. Even though this paper was thin, I still didn't feel comfortable putting in the entirety of the year. This was a very simple layout for Mulberry. I'm showing it in case you have any interest in something very simple. So it just has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shared with this cute little monthly view. I really did like it. I just feel like PM or just pocket size rings are just not for me at the moment. As you can see, it's not a lot going on in here, and I was okay with it because it wasn't on the Go system. But now I feel like I just need I need more space. So this guy I'm not using. So I'll start talking about the A5 ring agenda that I am using. Okay, so I am very excited to share it with you, and it is this beautiful apple leather agenda. So it's not real leather, it is apple. This is from Rosie Papa 3 in the color cream. It does have 30mm silver rings. And I can't believe it, but I've been very much gravitating towards silver rings. I think this was the year where I kind of needed to switch things up, do something a little different. As you know, I've been using Rosy Papa 3 for quite a while. In fact, this pen holder, pencil holder, pencil cup, whatever you want to call it, it used to be a candle from Rosy Papa 3 that I really, really enjoyed using. And once it was finished, I easily cleaned it out. And now I'm using it as my pen cup. Because I did use up this candle, I am using now the candle from Cloth and Paper. This is the Basilica. And I received this, and I'm really, really happy to have this as my go-to candle at the moment. Okay, so what is going on in my A5 rings? So technically, okay, I went through a journey, and that's another reason why I didn't post for a while, because I was really experimenting for a while. And I decided I was only going to be in the A5 in the beginning of the year, and it didn't quite work out because I wanted to take this planner on the go. And so I kind of hit that same roadblock that I've hit in the past. And that's, of course, why I decided to incorporate the personal size rings. Also, I found myself needing kind of an exclusive space for work items. So I'll open this up. Now, this is not going to be as thorough as I wish it could be, because I'm really just trying to give an update as to what I'm using as far as if there's a journal, what planner sizes I'm using. So I can tell you before I go into this that I'm not journaling at the moment. I did attempt it in the beginning of the year, but I just didn't, I don't know what, I think there was so much going on that I just want to just plan and get things done. Doesn't mean I will not journal in the future, but for now, I'm happy just planning. And I kind of feel like planning is a way of documenting things that have happened. Maybe not in detail, right? But it is still a way of doing that. I'm hoping that in the future I can journal, and well, we'll see, right? So this, like I said, is Rosy's agenda, and it was somewhat recently released. I honestly love the pocket configuration. I'm not here to compare this to any other planner because I love it in and of itself. I think that it's very well made. I think that it was very thought out, just like everything that Rosy creates, that there's so much thought into it. And she really thinks about how to make the planner work for you in general. There's also another agenda, meaning of the apple as well, the apple leather that is in black. I opted for the cream because I don't have anything in this color palette, and I just thought it would just be so beautiful. This is kind of like the deco that I have going on, and these two planner cards on the side are from Infinite Lotus. Again, another shop that I have used for numerous years besides Rosy's. This is another one from Infinite Lotus. These stickers that I use frequently are from Rosy Papa 3, as well as her planner card that she includes as a freebie when you make an order with her. Okay, so this agenda at this moment only has Infinite Lotus inserts. I'll tell you that right off the bat. I do have this from Cloth and Paper that I've really enjoyed, this fluted dashboard, having this here. And I have a couple of different accessories from Cloth and Paper, but I'm not currently using their inserts. Okay, these are all going to be from Infinite Lotus. I do have side dividers, top dividers, and monthly dividers as well. This is a card that I received from Rosy Papa 3 from my latest order, and so I decided to put it here. I thought this was really pretty. She does have this handbag, this tote bag, and I also have it as well. And then I did use this little Cloth and Paper, I don't know what to call them anymore, ollie clip, I guess I'll say, but you know what I mean. And then, of course, this is from Cloth and Paper. I put that there. So a lot of the things I have are similar to the setup that I've used in the past. Here, I just have some stickers inside this clear credit card holder from Rosy Papa 3, and these are all stickers from Infinite Lotus. I'm sorry about the glare, but they're all there. Dashboard from Cloth and Paper. And then finally, I go into my first section, which is super simple. These are just my monthlies here. Okay, I have first from Infinite Lotus, the yearly here, where I do mark my period when I have it. And then I've recently switched into a month on one page from Infinite Lotus, and I've kept this really, really simple. I do use the stickers that I showed from Infinite Lotus just to kind of mark paydays and meetings for work. And these dots here, the gray ones that I'm using, are to mark my husband's days off and when the kids have off from school. And that goes on. That's the entirety of this entire first section. And here is the top tab that I'm using, also from Infinite Lotus, just to mark what month I am in. Okay, the next section, and first, well, these are just my weeklies, but first I use these inserts from Rosy Papa 3, which this one is a week on one page. I really, really enjoyed it. In fact, I used it for a couple of months, and this is where I have my dividers for my months. And I'm just going to keep flipping over here. Oh, by the way, this is for recurring tasks sticky notes from Casavici. And then I kind of needed more space. I kind of felt like this wasn't enough. So I ended up using, now for the month of May, I'm currently filming this in June though, but I went with a week on 2 pages from Infinite Lotus, and I have really, really enjoyed this. So that's where I'm at the moment. And I have the entire year here. And that's one of the things that I love about the 30mm rings. I did used to prefer 25mm rings, but now I am totally a 30mm ring girl. Okay, then I really just have a section of trackers. These trackers are all from Infinite Lotus. I have my current one in the front and the ones that I've been using since January in the back. And what I did is I just compile all of them. So this is my sleep tracker, my steps tracker. This is a habit tracker, also from Infinite Lotus. And I'm hoping to do something a little bit more in depth. I'm just kind of doing just a quick flip of what I'm using. Mood tracker and a weekly routine as well from Infinite Lotus. I also have a bills tracker here. I'm just gonna go through that one a little, flip through a little quicker than the other ones. And this is what that looks like here. I have enjoyed this. This is the only thing that I'm using for finances at the moment, by the way. And as I said, I do have the ones from before. So I did start tracking my sleep since January, and my steps, I started kind of more towards the end of January. My mood, also in January. And these are just the extra ones that I need when I've completed an insert. Okay, and I do have a project section here that I have going on. I took them out just so that I just don't share anything that's personal. And then finally, just a note section. And I have found this to just work for me very well. I have a page lifter here with some sticky notes serving as a sticky note hub. This page lifter is from May Paper Co. and I love it. And I just stick my sticky notes here from Rosy Papa 3. And on the back, just a little bit of deco. These page flags that I love from Rosy Papa 3 as well. Monthly card from Infinite Lotus. And just a couple of cards here. This one I had to cut down. This one is from Cloth and Paper. I just received it as a freebie in one of my past orders. And this bookmarker as well that I just felt I felt it looked nice. And again, look at the pocket configuration. Now, this is the way I put mines in here, but obviously you can put whatever you want in the back here. But I really have enjoyed this pocket configuration here in the back. And it does not have a back pocket, so that I like that. Especially because this is a planner that's sitting on my desk. This is my main planner. I have my pen here that I've been using, that I've been so obsessed with this one, mostly because of the grip here at the bottom, because I tend to write almost all the way at the bottom of the tip of this. And this is the Uniball Signal in the 0.38. And the RTI, I really, really have enjoyed this pen, and I highly, highly recommend it. I believe I also bought this from Rosy Papa 3. Okay, so this is my setup in my A5 ring agenda. This never leaves. This stays home. The one I've been taking is this beauty right here. This is from Cloth and Paper in the Cortado color in personal rings. Also 30mm rings and silver. And I think that's what I'm really enjoying, is having both of these together, like having both of them in silver. I'm really matchy. So if I have this in silver, I want my A5 in silver. And that's the way I've always been before. When I was in the GM and the MM from Louis Vuitton, they were both gold. So I really have enjoyed this planner. This leather is really nice as well. It does have a back pocket here, which I normally put my stickers in. I have this little You get these for free from your orders. This is where your receipt goes from Cloth and Paper. And so of course, I'm using them. I have a collection of them, but right now this is the one I'm using at the moment. I put my different stickers in here. And once I put it in here, then I stick it in the back pocket. It fits in very well, not a single issue there, and it doesn't bulk up your planner. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to do a walkthrough of this Cortado Beauty from Cloth and Paper. But before I do that, I just want to pair the two because I just absolutely love these two together. I feel like this color palette has been amazing for spring going into summer. Since I did start them in the spring. So this pocket configuration, I probably should be taking advantage of it more than I am, but I honestly feel like this is on the go. I don't need a lot going on. I'm happy just putting this planner card from Cloth and Paper and calling it a day. I do have this credit card holder right in the back, and I'm right in the front, and I'm sorry about the glare. These are all the cards that I've collected from Cloth and Paper from the sub boxes. I will be getting the June sub box, and I will be able to switch this one that I got doubled here. Okay, so let me just put this here in the meantime, just to kind of take away some of that glare. Like I said, 30 millimeter rings, love it. I've used 23 millimeter rings in a Finsbury Filofax that I used on and off. I've used 25 millimeter rings, of course, from the LV, the monogram, as well as a yellow Gillio that I have. But honestly, this really gave me the space that I needed to put everything. And the back here, I'm not doing anything because, like I said, this is on the go for me. So I just need a place to put my pen in, and that is it. So I'll walk you through briefly of what I have going on here. Again, another clip from Cloth and Paper, and this is just a little journal card. This is from May Paper. I do have this layered. Again, I should say the side tabs and monthly tabs here are all from Infinite Lotus, as well as the top tabs as well. Okay, so this entire agenda has the Rosy Puppetry inserts. And so this layering is just really this beautiful dashboard from Infinite Lotus. And this one just shows you this year 2024. I have those two connected here to the first tab. And I'm just going to put this back together. Hopefully it'll look kind of decent here. Okay. Then I have also another yearly. This is another dashboard here, but I just use it as a reference. I'm not marking anything on this. And then I have this perpetual calendar where I am marking also when my kids don't have school and when my husband has off. And if I'm out and about or I'm at work, I can reference this and not worry about carrying my A5 ring agenda. I know there is some overlap, but I'm okay with it, honestly, because I really want something with me when I'm on the go or when I go to work. Okay, so you can see it's not very filled because I'm only marking those pivotal dates that I need. Okay, and this is the format of that in case you've never seen it. Then I have my next section has the quarterly inserts, which I'm using only to document doctor appointments. So you can see January and February, those were 2 months where we were going to the doctor a lot for different things that I addressed in the beginning of the video. And so I do still mark my period because if I go to the doctor and when I take this planner with me, I can reference this. And I know I need to kind of catch up on that. And the next section would be, I went with a month on one page. I don't know why I've been really gravitating towards the month on one page. I know that with 30 millimeter rings, I can use a month on 2 pages, but I've been very happy just seeing things, just like all at once. And so this is what I've been doing here for this. Again, important dates. And then I ended up just writing like some work items here. I went with an icon from Rosy Puppetry to mark the days that we get paid and when we have our grooming appointment for a pup that I own. Her name is Cookie, and she's going to turn 14 in July next month. So that's what this looks like. It's been very convenient. I use these little sticky notes. These were gifted, so I don't know where they were purchased. But I do know that they're not from Rosy or Infinite Lotus. And part of the reason why I went with a month on one page is because when I was doing month on 2 pages and I had this top tab, I kind of kept having to turn it back and forth. Whereas now, if I leave it on this side, I know I'm only writing on this side and I don't have to keep going back and forth, back and forth. When I get to July, I only need this part open. So it's been very convenient. And also because this is on the go, I have found that it's just so easy for me to turn and look. And it's just been just great. I love that the boxes are closed. I have really, like I said, enjoyed this. And I am tweaking it to use it for me. I know other people could definitely use this for to-dos, but I was just writing, like I said, work items there on that side, just to kind of differentiate between personal and work. Okay, so the next section is weekly as well, but these are more focused on work items. So I've been on and off with these inserts, but I started, for example, with Infinite Lotus inserts, and these worked very well for me. I really enjoy these. But then afterwards, at least for me, that's the beauty of me using a ring agenda, that I want to switch things around. I feel comfortable doing that, right? Because then by May, I decided, let me just kind of switch things up. I liked that I had a lot of Rosie's inserts in here. So I went with one from Rosie as well. These are kind of empty because I did the switch and I was kind of experimenting a little bit, but I know I have one here completed. There we go. Yeah. So this is the way that this one looks like. It's very, very similar. It's just that I really like this 2.0, and I like that these trackers, I was using them though for something else related to work for the courses that I overlook or I teach. And so this worked for me very, very well. Okay. And moving forward, I am going to teach a summer course. I will go back to these inserts and continue using them for the summer course that begins next week, in fact. So I have the entire year. This, like, again, is why I love 30mm rings. Now, because this is something very quick and on the go, the next section just consists of some grid notes. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that I took out what I had here. I have this empty on purpose here. And then the last section are actually my goals. And I did share this on, again, all of these things I believe I've shared on Instagram. So I put my goals here just to kind of have it when I'm on the go if I need to. Or just, I don't know, like I said, I really wanted to be cohesive and streamline everything. And I felt that about the majority of the Rosie inserts I started using, I wanted them all together, all the Rosie inserts together in the personal size rings and all the Infinite Lotus inserts in my A5 ring agenda. I don't have anything here on purpose, but normally I do take some items in here. I realized I forgot my whiteout, the one that I stick in here, but this has been wonderful having this zip pocket. This is from May Paper, because then I was able to, when I go to work, take all of my stationery items here. So I'll just kind of show you a few here, but you can put more things in it. There we go, just to kind of show you. And what I liked about it is that because it's 30mm rings, and I was able to close this without any problem. And, it's a little bit bulky, but to me, it's tolerable. I will, how can I prioritize the idea of having everything all in one place, right? My stickers are in there. All these stationery items that I need, just very basic ones, are all in here together. And that did it for me, even if it's a little bit bulky. But I honestly don't think it's that bad personally. I highly recommend that zip pocket, this one here. Okay, I'm just trying to take these out just so that, because I forgot some other items that I wanted to put in here, and I'll fill that up later on. And then I just have a page lifter also from May Paper Co. I've really been enjoying them, and these are just 2 sticky notes that I keep for my son. Already his orchestra concerts are already out for the fall, or I should say the next academic school year. And then other dates for my kids for the upcoming school year. And on the back here, I just have these extra ones in case I want to write something else. These sticky notes are from Infinite Lotus. And again, there's a pocket which I'm not using, which of course I know I can put something in there. This pen is a little different than the other one. I mostly like it because I like that it's cream, and I just felt like that these two together make such a great match. And in the cream planner, I wanted the black pen. I don't believe that other pen that I showed you, which is this one, let me just grab it, comes in a cream color that I'm aware of. I've only seen it in black. If you know if it comes different color, I would love that. But for now, this one has been my go-to. Okay. I believe I got this from Rosie. It's 0.35, and I would have to go back to see exactly the name of it as I'm looking here. And if you know it, please let me know. I really can't remember. I just know I've had this for a while and I absolutely love it, because it's got one of those needle points. Okay, so there you go. Just to kind of see a comparison between this one. Doesn't have the grip, but like I said, I love it. I'm definitely a person who enjoys a fine nib, and I just really just have enjoyed it in here. Just putting it in there because I felt that that color looked better. As far as the side tabs, I don't have any issues with them in the cloth and paper cortado. Of course, I would say that it's because of the 30mm rings, from my experiences, because that's one thing I did know, that when I was in my the side tabs would kind of hit the pen a lot. And so that, I love it because it is not only sturdy, you don't have to baby this planner, but it's so compact and it's beautiful to me. But for now, I am enjoying this. I think it's great. I don't have to baby this either. This is just, I was not a person who wanted a back pocket either. And I've never saw myself as a planner girl in 30mm rings, but because I've gotten so used to 30mm rings in the A5 agenda, that now transferring over that idea of a 30mm ring into a personal size, it just became just very organic, and I didn't feel like it was being forced. And I really have enjoyed kind of bulking it up a little bit more, in order to fit everything as I described previously and have it all in one place. Okay, so as I said, I'm not using a journal at the moment. I did think about journaling though, but if I would do that, believe it or not, I think it would probably be in a ring agenda. I've seen a lot of friends doing that, getting inserts and just kind of journaling, something undated, of course. And I really have gravitated towards that. If I were to do something like that, it would be in my personal rings, because I do like, I will note that, the craft paper from Rosie. I love how small the grid is. And so that would be something that I could see myself using. Okay, so I think this wraps it up for me today. Let me know, please, in the comments if you have any questions or anything you want me to go in more detail in. I am planning on doing more, and I'm sorry if this was a little bit rushed. I just really wanted to share what I'm using, especially because I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy to have these two, and I'm enjoying the change, and I'm excited about possibly journaling in rings too. And you will definitely note that if I do post something on Instagram. If not, I'm hoping to share an update, of course, in a future video of how things have been going for me. I do have some discount codes that you can check out below. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.